Good morning again. This is the second part of 5. We're gone beyond Thomas Roberts now. This profile that I'm looking at now was also an admin for a lot of the profiles Thomas Robert was an admin for. But the name of the profile was Bianca Motai. That's M-O-T-O-I. The profile has disappeared. It disappeared very quickly, and I didn't get time to capture a screenshot of the profile, but I did get the URL of it, and I did manage to get a list of all the URLs of all the groups that this other fake profile admins was adminning at the time, although it's gone now. So I'm going to share. I'm sharing that. At the moment, I'm not including anything that Thomas Robert was on because we've already covered that. But I'm just going to look at what other groups I am looking at what other groups she was adminning that Thomas Robert wasn't on. So there are some huge religious groups, 25 of them, all Spanish speaking. I think they're all Spanish speaking. The majority of them are, and there are some other ones as well. So I've already done one of the religious ones. So I'm dividing the religious ones into 5 parts because they're big, and this is the second part of 5 for the religious ones. So if you just let me share my screen. So this is the URL that the profile Bianca Motai used. And like I said, I didn't capture a screenshot of this in time. But I'm going to go through the groups now. The second part 2 of 5. And the first one is this group.
Oración Diaria.
Okay, so this is another big group. They're all huge groups. It's 493,000 members. And it was set up on the 4th of June, 2022. It's got 5 moderators and admins. So you will see them here. So I'm going to go through them. The first one is Dan Walker, a familiar profile. So Dan Walker became the admin of this group on the 19th of December 2023. The next one is DIOS, became the admin on the 13th of January 24. And then there's Nalu Mansilla, moderator since the 7th of December 23. Manuel Marcido, moderator since the 26th of October 23. So that predates the 2 admins, but Bianca Motai would have been the admin prior to this. So we get a sort of a handle on when this group was taken over, would have been before October 23 by Bianca Motai. And then this is a relatively recent profile that's been made up. It's the 2nd of April 2024. So I'm just going to move on to the next group.
Dios te ama. So
Dios te ama means God loves you in English. It's nearly 650,000 members. It was created on the 7th of September 2015. And at the moment, it's got 5 admins and moderators. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go through those. We start with Dan Walker on the 22nd of February 2024. we carry on to DIOS on the 13th of January 2024. And then we have the first moderator, the 7th of December 23. And the second moderator, the 26th of October 23. So Manuel Macedo, that predates the two current admins. But Bianca Motai was also an admin here. So moving back again, we have Teresa Abigail Crowell. So this profile was put in place as moderator on the 2nd of April 2024. So moving on to the next group. Now, this group is slightly different, and I'm not even sure if it belongs in here. It could be perfectly innocent.
Jesús es amor.
But because Bianca Motai was connected to this group, I've included it in this. It's a small group, it's 9,000 members, and there is a single admin on it now. And that's this man here. And he's been the admin since the 24th of January 23. And I'm not convinced that this group belongs here because this name only turns up once, and it's a small group. But it's just that the Bianca Motai's name was attached to this group at some point. So moving on to the next group, we have Frases, which is phrases, which is Spanish for phrases. So we have 247,400 members, and this group is Cuban and Argentinian. It was created on the 30th of April, 2020, and it currently has 4 admins and moderators. So I'm just going to go through them now. So we've got this person, this, and this. So we start with this person here, who became admin of this group on the 9th of March, 2024, Esquiel Leonardo. Then we've got Yusnil Iglesias, became moderator on the 7th of March, 2024. And then we have Zora Garcia, who became moderator also on the 7th of March, 2024. And then we have Teresa Abigail Crowell, who became moderator on the 2nd of April, 2024. And of course, Bianca Motai was connected to this group as well. So moving on to the last one of part 2. This group.
Frases de Carolina Herrera y más.
And in English, that means phrases from Carolina Herrera and more. And this is a large group of 745,000 members. It was created on the 13th of September, 2020. There is some a little bit of information about the group. And here we have the moderators and the admins of the group. Dan Wagner, Fian Dios, Nalu Mancilla, Manuel Mercado, and Teresa Abigail Crowell. So we start with Dan Wagner. Dan Wagner became the admin for this group on the 22nd of February 24. Then we've got Fian Dios, who became the admin of the group on the 13th of January 2024. This is a consistent date for this particular profile, the 13th of January 24. Then we have Nalu Mancilla became moderator of this group, again, quite consistent, the 7th of December 23. We have Manuel Macedo, the 31st of October 2023, predates both the admins. but probably not Bianca Motai, who is also an admin on here. And then we have Teresa Abigail Crowell, and she's a moderator. She became a moderator on the 27th of December 23, and that's very interesting because I thought this was a brand new profile, but it created around April 24. But this profile has been used, and this is an older date than the other. Okay, thank you. That brings us to the end of part 2 of the 5 parts of the big Spanish-speaking religious groups that Bianca Motai was an admin for when that profile was live. And thank you for sticking with me this far, and I'm going to jump straight in and do the third part.